back to Ishvani Unplugged, and today we have a truly remarkable guest with us, all the way from Durban, South Africa. So, welcome, Amanda. This is Amanda Stolls. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here today. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, all the way from Durban, eh? And I'm also from Durban. As fate would have it, we met for the first time here in the Eastern Cape. And we both actually grew up like a few kilometers away from each other. But the first time we actually met and became friends was here in PE, in Taibeha.
You say very well.
As they would say, yeah. So we're going to go back to where it all began. Tell me a bit about your upbringing in Durban. What kind of family do you come from? And who is Amanda? Tell us a bit about that.
Okay, so my name is Amanda and I am 34 years old.
Hey, yeah.
It sounds old, guys, but I'm actually not. Very much young at heart. So I originally grew up for 3 years in Newlands East, in Durban, and then we moved to Bonella, Mabel. Mm-hmm. So I have a mum and a dad and two brothers, almost said three. I don't know who's the extra person.
Maybe one's on the way.
So unfortunately, my dad passed 5 years ago. So it's just me, my two brothers, and my mum. Mm-hmm. And I come from a very spiritual background, which many of y'all don't know about. My dad was a priest in church.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So growing up in church in the New Apostolic faith was a bit hectic.
Right.
I was in the orchestra, in the choir, Sunday school teacher, you name it, you did it because your dad was a priest.
Wow. I actually didn't know that about you.
Yeah, so I actually played the recorder and then the alto. And one of my friends gifted me a clarinet. Mm-hmm. I went to music school for a while. Whoa. So I was learning how to play the clarinet, can you believe it, to be part of this orchestra.
Okay.
So my dad was very musical. He was also a choir master. And yeah, so I grew up in a very spiritual household. But not many people see me that way. So yeah, it's very fun, loving, caring family.
That's good. Yeah.
Very warm as well.
Yes.
So we were one of those households where like 10 children will be coming out.
Yes.
And you know, when you see people coming out of our household, it's very warm, it's very loving. Yes. And we didn't grow up with much, but the love that we gave was a lot.
Right.
So that is me in a nutshell.
So it's so interesting because you said you grew up in Newlands East, and I grew up in Chatsworth, and then soon after we moved to Queensborough. But Newlands East is a historically colored area. So what was the experience like growing up in Newlands East?
Okay, so when I was actually born in Newlands East, so let me rephrase that. I was born in Newlands East, and when I was 3 years old, we moved to Bonella, but we were in and out of Newlands East because majority of my family still used to reside there.
Yeah.
So we used to visit my granny, my cousins, weekends, holidays.
Yes.
You know the norm, we always get shipped off.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
every school holiday. Pack your bags, you're going to granny's house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was very different because me and my brother mostly sheltered compared to my cousins. So you always get those cousins in the family that sheltered, and then the others can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So we had a very strict routine where in the morning you wake up, your food is already prepared for you, your breakfast, your lunch. When you go out and play, you come back, and then we all knew 5 o'clock before the street light came on.
Time to go home.
Exactly, and you need to have a bath. Yeah. But it was different because growing up, I would say Bonella at that time, like you can call it kind of like a suburb compared to you actually growing up in the townships that we call it now.
Right.
You're exposed to more. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the suburbs, you're at home.
Yes.
And you're not allowed to go outside, you're not allowed to play, you're not allowed to interact or socialize.
Yeah.
Without someone being present. Whereas everybody knew each other in the township. It was a whole community.
Yes.
You know,
the family raised you.
Exactly.
So the community raised you, not just your family.
So if you needed anything, just knock on the door.
The auntie next door will help you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, and you always knew where your kids were. You know, playing PlayStation in someone's house, or you know, playing on the streets, going to the tuck shop. Yeah. There's so many memories and so many things that you do growing up in the community itself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's amazing. So tell us a bit about how you got into the medical field. Let's dive a bit into your career. So you grew up in Durban,
Yes.
and you soon thereafter left home.
Yes.
And you've been traveling and adventuring ever since. So tell us a bit about your adventures thus far and how you got into the medical field.
Okay, so that was back then. I definitely say something like that. When I finished school, I was confused and I didn't know what I wanted to study.
Yes.
So I applied to the UT and I wanted to become either an interior designer or an architect.
Okay. Very creative flows and juices. Probably from dad.
Exactly,
The
yes.
musician, yes.
But life doesn't always work out the way you expect it, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I ended up moving to Johannesburg and I stayed with my auntie for 18 months and I was an intern for the city of Joburg.
Okay.
I learned a lot, I was exposed to a lot, and at the same time I decided to study commercial law part-time through UNISA. However, I didn't complete the course. I think when you finish school, you're still trying to find yourself. You're still trying to figure out what is it that you want to do. Do you want to study? Do you want to take a gap year?
Yes.
Do you want to work? And for me, not being so exposed to a lot of stuff like partying, going out and doing your usual norm. So I decided to do all of my adventures when I was like 18, 19, just going out, having fun.
Yeah.
Because when you're growing up in a household and it's strict, right?
You finally have your freedom
Exactly.
at 18. And especially when you leave home, it's this newfound freedom. You're like, whoa, this is the world. What do I do? All these things are.
And you're trying to figure out who you are as a person and you're
Yes.
exploring. And that's when I realized that I could do this.
Yeah.
I could leave home
Yeah.
and I can explore and I can survive at the same time.
Yes.
And then unfortunately my contract came to an end, so I moved back home. And I was working actually at a pet shop through a friend. Imagine me working in a whole pet shop in Umhlanga.
Wow, okay.
And one of my friends was actually, she's a medical technologist. She was working in the lab. And she's like, bring me your CV and there's a job opening. I'm like, okay, cool. Gave her my CV, thought nothing of it. And she applied for me. And when I went for the interview, initially it's supposed to be for a clerk's position, not a technical side. So that's how I end up getting into the position that I'm currently in as a laboratory assistant.
Wow.
So that was perfect because on the same day, when I went in for the interview, it was the same day I actually got the job.
Wow.
So
it was God's plan.
Definitely, I would say definitely it was God's favor for me.
Sure.
So that's where my adventure started, and from there I worked my way up. I studied through the Pacific Company, met a lot of people, learned a lot of things, and then I was like, I'm bored, I think I can do bigger things.
Right.
So I applied for another job, and I got in, and I got exposed to more things, got to see different avenues, got to meet different people. The crazy thing about in the working environment, I've never worked with my own race. And so I eventually got to Cape Town.
Right.
And now in PE.
Yes.
But working with different races, it teaches you a lot. The culture, the respect, the languages that you have for each individual person.
Yeah.
So for me, moving around not only in different provinces, but also in the working environment showed me the greatness and the true potential that each individual has.
Absolutely.
And you learn so much just by having a conversation. And it's always exciting to know that even though you move to a different area or a different place, once someone speaks to you and says something familiar, you're like, hey!
Hometown girl!
Exactly, And you also, why I'm saying like so diverse in terms of cultural backgrounds, it's not only you figuring out who you are, you're figuring out the next person as well.
Yes.
And we all communicate in our love language would be food, and we socialize so much with each other. It's easy for us to say, come over and
I'm going to cook a curry tonight.
Exactly.
You're going to make a potjie tonight.
That's how we get to know each other through the love of food. And from there, every other cultural background comes in place.
Yeah. So you've moved around a lot for work. You're from Durban. You went to Johannesburg first. You stayed a while in Joburg. You came back home to Durban. You went to Cape Town. And now you're in the Eastern Cape. So there's been a lot of relocations, a lot of starting, new beginnings, starting over again and again and again. So what have been some of the rewards of starting over each time? And what have been some of the challenges of starting over each time?
I think let's start with the challenges.
Right.
Moving to different provinces, it's very difficult.
Mm.
First of all, you're trying to figure out where you're going to stay. Is it safe?
Yeah.
Can you afford it? And how are you going to survive?
Mm-hmm.
Is your instincts naturally going to kick in?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The rewards come with meeting new people, doing adventurous stuff,
Yes.
and telling yourself every day, if anyone can make it, I can
make it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can definitely do it. And now and again, your rewards would be if you like purchase something new, like maybe a property or a car or something, or open a business.
Yes.
Something new, something that's developing you, or a new skill.
Yeah.
For me, it was being adventurous because every town that I went to, I tried something new, I tried something different, and I explored. So that I would say the challenges is going into a new environment, not knowing the unknown.
It's scary but exciting at the same time. I mean, even when I left home, when I decided to come to PE, I was fueled with this excitement, but there was also a lot of fear because now you're starting again, you're starting over. It's a new place, new cultures you're going to be exposed to. I mean, it's the first time. Durban is so different in the sense that we have different colors and different cultures, and we are melting pot, but everything just works. And we have our colored communities, our Indian communities, our white communities. We've got English, Afrikaans, everything just works so well. And we've got the Zulu people. And here it's a bit different because there aren't many different types of cultures. There are a few different cultures, but not as vast or as the variety of Durban. So yeah.
Do you think living in a new city, in a different province, was it easy for you to make friends? Was it easy for you to socialize? Because I know at times it gets very lonely for us people that moves around a lot.
Yes. I mean, when I first came here, I think I did go through a bit of depression because I came from Durban where there's so much going on in Durban every single week. Your family is there, your friends are there. Every week they're going to this party or they're meeting up at the park for this, or they have this event, or it's this baby shower. And now when you're a small fish in a big pond all over again, you come to a new place, you still need to make friends. You still need to find out who your colleagues are going to be, who your new boss is going to be, how all that is going to unfold in your life. It is quite stressful, but I would say it's worth it. It grows you as an individual. Leaving home is one of the best things I would advise people to do, is to leave home, because you find out who you are as a person. There's a lot of cultural, I would say, like we're in sort of a cultural capsule at home, growing up within our small community with the few people that we have around us. And then you go out into the world, and then you meet different people and you learn new things. As you said, you eat different foods that different cultures cook, and you bond, and those people become your family. So you have a family, a home away from home.
That's so true.
And a family away from your actual family. So it's been good. It's been a good journey. And I think we both two girls from Durban who had some very big dreams. And I feel like we've made it. We made it happen, and we had to make it happen for ourselves. So you're very passionate, you're very driven. What motivates you to get up and do it every single day?
I would say the type of job that I do and the people that I'm surrounded, that's my motivation every day.
Yeah.
Whether you are working in a private sector or in a government sector, at the end of the day, whatever sample or whatever specimen you're receiving, it's a patient at the end of the day.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that I need to be a doctor or nurse to be sitting at an institution and looking at you physically.
Yes. Yeah.
Each sample that comes in tells a different story, tells a different light, and every one of us are human beings.
Yes.
It's so crazy in this world. Some of us don't respect each other, don't care for one another, and think less of each other or belittle each other.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, when a doctor draws your bloods, regardless of where you are, who you are, or the position, title you hold,
yes,
once it comes in So our line of work in the laboratory, we can't determine the color, the race.
Yes.
We can't determine anything about you.
Absolutely.
We just see a sample that needs to be processed and a person that needs to be helped.
Yes.
That's what drives me. If I can make one difference and save one person's life in that day, that's all that keeps me going.
Yes. Mission accomplished.
Totally. Because everybody has a story to tell, regardless of whether we're rich, poor, or wherever society puts us.
Yes.
Your red blood, that is blood red, doesn't determine anything. Yes. Like when it comes in, I can't say, no, I don't feel like processing it. Or you know what, you're going to take a backseat. I don't know who you are. I just know you're looking for hope and you need help. Yes. That's what drives me and motivates me. It's the passion that I have for people I don't even know. Yes. Yeah. Imagine that you're processing samples and the feedback that you get and the difference that you make. It makes sometimes it thinks about your own life as well. Like if you're in a situation, is someone going to be there to actually assist you and help your family out? You know, it could be whoever or a friend. Yeah. Because none of us would like to get that one phone call where something bad has happened to one of our loved ones, regardless of who we are. Definitely. You know? Yeah. So that's what drives me every morning, is making a difference in someone's life. Yes. So what are some of the challenges that you face within the laboratory environment? You are obviously working behind the scenes. You are part of the pre-analytical team as a laboratory assistant. What are some of the daily challenges that you go through in that sort of working environment? I feel like I don't have enough time when all the samples are coming in. Not meaning as we're not processing or doing anything. I feel like you're trying to save everybody in one go. Yes. And you're trying to look at each individual stories at the same time. So you're pushing yourself and you're saying like, look, I'm trying my best, but you also don't want to hand over anything. You become selfish at times. So that could be like one of the challenges that I face, is that I'm very hard on myself, and the fact that, you know what, I'm handing over something when I could be doing it myself. Mm-hmm. That's the challenge that I would face on a daily basis. Yeah. So how has the different provinces as well, how have they impacted the work culture? So you've worked in a laboratory environment in Durban, you've worked in a laboratory environment in Cape Town, and now you're working in a laboratory environment in PE. Has all the experiences been the same, or have they been vastly different? They are vastly different. Compared to what you hear in news, what you see, I never believe half the stuff that they say is real, or sometimes you just try to bring off yourself. But the stories that come when we read the forms, like I said, in my line, it's a story that's been told, that's been unfolded, and that's how we're assisting and helping the doctors and the nurses and the patients that come through looking for hope. So for me, at the end of the day, the different stories that I encounter makes me look at life differently. We take a lot of things for granted. We do. And we are famous for saying, it will never happen to us. And guess
Until
what?
it does.
It does. Yeah. You're not the only person that's living in a bubble or in a block that's invisible. Yeah. So for me, it's a culture shock, because I didn't know that, okay, in the communities, I'm not going to say like, okay, coloreds or black people, but on the farms itself, like pollen can actually affect a baby during pregnancy. Yes. And there's tests that are done for that. So when I was in Cape Town, I was actually learning a lot. Like there's things that I've never heard of in my life, and they do exist. Yes. But at the same time, you also, I wouldn't say feel sorry for people, but you come across of having a lot of empathy. Like I would see 3-year-olds or babies that have cancer. Yes. And some of us are not even aware. We just assume it's always a certain age group in that bracket.
Like cancer only affects people in their 90s or their 80s.
Yeah. And they wouldn't affect a newborn. They wouldn't affect a 5-year-old or a 28-year-old, regardless. But it affects everybody. Yes. Why? We're not educated about certain things. Yes. Like I never knew when I was working in Durban in the laboratory, you could get TB in your spine and you can become paralyzed if it's not detected early. Yes. You learn so much, and The education behind it is what you like take back from it, and you get to teach others and make other people aware. You might think you know everything, but in actual fact, you don't.
Yes.
So, in terms of culture shock, it would be the diversity within South Africa and the different provinces and the poverty and the average class, the middle class people. You learn a lot and what they're going through and what they're experiencing.
Yeah. So Amanda, you're very passionate about saving lives. We can see that. We feel the passion within you. You also have embraced a lot of adventure. You've said yes to a lot of opportunities that have come your way over the years that maybe the next person wouldn't have said yes to, but you're not afraid. So where does that adventure come from? Do you think people are born with it? Do you think people have that certain resilience that they come from, or do you think that they build that resilience over time? And what is your advice also to people who feel like they are stuck in life and they're not sure what's next for them?
I think we're all born with it. We're all born with some type of adventure in our life, but what we choose to make out of it is up to us individually. And it only takes one person to push us in the right direction, or advice, or listening to something that tells you know what you can do it at the end of the day. So for me, I would say, look at yourself within yourself and ask yourself, is this what I really want for myself? Is this what I really want in life? Am I going to take that risk and not worry about tomorrow and only worry about today? And most of the time we say, okay, it's easier said than done. You know, in society, especially in our generation, we more focus on having a picket fence, getting married, having kids, building a home.
The dream that's been sold to us.
Exactly.
And if we aren't there,
then we haven't achieved anything. We haven't accomplished anything. So why should we play around that narrative? I feel that if you admire someone and you look at that person, why not try to strive and achieve those goals of being an independent woman? Why do we have to strive to say, okay, if I want to purchase a house, I have to be married first to purchase a house with that person? If I want to travel, why do I need 2 incomes to travel when I can start with my own? And I don't even need to go far. I can just venture off in my own country. And then eventually travel overseas. Why do I always need a second person to assist me in anything that I want to do? Marriage is lovely, it's wonderful. We all aspire to wear the white wedding dress, having kids, building a home. But think about it, what have you built for yourself? When are you going to say, I am proud at the fact that I have my learners, I have my driver's license, I can afford to buy myself a car. It doesn't matter, as long as it takes it from point A to point B. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but in your mind, I have achieved it. And that's what drives me, is I always look at other people and I say to myself, if they can achieve it, why can't I?
I can do it too,
Society doesn't speak about our downfalls. We only want to show and portray what we have, but we never show how hard we can work towards it. And we don't want to admire the next person for it. We just want to envy what they have because they think, well, life is good. So for me, I would say work hard at it and look within yourself, because we are all born as a risk taker and we're all adventurous in the things that we do. I mean, you took many risks from the time you left home to where you are now. And besides you leaving Durban to coming to PE, you left the country on a whole.
I left abroad,
And, you know?
That was tough. And you know, looking back, I wonder what kind of balls that girl had. Because if you ask me now, now that I'm 31, at 18, do you think that you would be able to leave home and go to a country like Romania, Eastern Europe, where the culture shock is crazy? I mean, we grew up very cultured in a small little bubble back home, and I was exposed to lots of people of color and where it's warm and sunny. And now you go to an Eastern European country, it's majority white, Romanian speaking, it's a Latin derived language, it's a tough language to grasp. It snows for 6 months of the year. It smacks the living daylights out of you. So I think that that girl had a lot of balls. The younger version of Ishvani, she did, because I don't know how she did it, but all I know is it was definitely worth it, because she learned about who she was. She grew up quickly, and she learned about how to navigate the world, how important it is to figure out who you are in the world, and yeah, no regrets, because yeah, the world is a big place, and I really think that we should all be out there and we should all be exploring. There's more to life than the same 20 people in your community, the same 5 bars, the same people that you meet at church and temple. There's more to life than those 50 people that you keep spinning around seeing every single day.
So tell me something. Your family is very orientated, right? We all know Indian people.
Family orientated people.
Very, very, very orientated. We cannot let go of our kids, let alone go to a different country. So tell me, what was the fears like between mom and dad and you? Them letting go and you letting go? Because you guys can't get into the car and just say, oh, well, I'm going to drive up to you and come see you if you're in trouble. Because I know mom the other day packed some goodies.
And she sent me a box.
Diwali, but now you're in a whole other country.
So I think it was easier for my dad to let go, because my dad's always pushing us to be out there and to achieve. I mean, he is a big inspiration to me, and I think a lot of my successes I owe to him. I think it was a bit harder for my mom, because mommies want to keep their babies close to them. But luckily, my brother came around. So there's 13 years between Joshi and I. And when I was ready to leave home, when I was 18, Joshi was 5. So my mom still had a baby to take care of. Okay. So I think it sort of cushioned the blow a bit, where she didn't feel it as much, me leaving. But it was difficult. It was hard. I was excited. I was very excited to leave home. And as a teenager at that point, you know, all you want to do is run as far away from your family as you can. It's funny, because at that age, all you want to do is run away. And as you get older, all you want to do is run towards them. So yeah, it was crazy exciting, but also very scary. And I had to adapt to a lot. And I think that, you know, the biggest challenge is I didn't do enough research also on Romania. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I made it. I made it work. And you don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only thing you can do. You have no idea the amount of resilience you have within you until you are called to be resilient. So I have no regrets for leaving home and for adventuring the world myself. It's taught me a lot. It's made me a stronger person. And yeah.
You spoke about research.
Yes.
How important it is to do your research.
Yes.
Nowadays.
It's very important to do your research. I mean, even coming here to PE, even though it was within South Africa, it was still a major adjustment from Durban. You know, the culture here, the day-to-day culture is very different. I feel like Durban people are very out there, boisterous. There's lots going on. We are very excited people, and we're very loud and proud. Yeah, the Zulu nation is a loud and proud nation. We are loud. And, you know, he's a bit quieter. There's not a lot going on here on the weekends. So the social life was a great adjustment, because in Durban there's lots of races, you know, we're involved in running and so forth. But here it's fewer. It's far and few between. Also, you need to research, you know, the community that you're going to live in, because you're going to come here, you need to find an area that's going to be suitable for you. So a lot of research needs to go into that, so that you don't find yourself in a difficult position or in a neighborhood that is not good for you to be in. And yeah, you know, there's so much that you have to go through. I mean, even a simple thing like going to the rates office and going to the municipalities. It's like all these like mundane tasks, or even just purchasing electricity, because electricity, the way I used to do it in Durban was through the app, like the
Yes.
banking app. But now your banking app doesn't allow you to purchase for more than 1 meter at a time. So it's like these struggles. I mean, I remember I literally had like 2 units one day, and I was like, I'm literally going to be without lights now because I can't figure out how to put electricity in this meter. So a lot of planning needs to go into it. A lot of research does need to go into it. Obviously, it differs from person to person, but it's a personality thing as well. Will you be able to adapt to that kind of culture, those kind of people, the language barriers?
Definitely.
Durban is the place where Afrikaans is not a very spoken language, and here in PE, English and Afrikaans are spoken in duality. I mean, 50% of the population is speaking to you in Afrikaans most of the time, and 50% of people are speaking to you in English. So that was definitely something I wasn't expecting. I thought, everyone would just speak English because it's part of South Africa, but it wasn't the truth. So yeah. So, enough about me. What is next for you? What's next for Amanda in terms of your career, your life goals, and what's next in 2025? It's almost the new year.
I'm currently studying business management.
Yes.
And I want to venture out maybe into business.
Okay.
I want to try something new.
You go, girl.
I am passionate.
CEO lifestyle.
Definitely, I am passionate about people, but I feel like you can make a difference no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I want a business venture
into business.
Into business, yeah. It's something that I'm still trying to put my hand in the water.
Get your toes in. Yes.
Yeah, that is something new that I want to try. I get bored very quickly. So when I'm bored, I have a tendency of packing everything up and
leaving.
And I also live very bare minimum. So for me, I would also like to explore and travel more. Besides South Africa, outside. I have been to Thailand. I've met people.
Yes.
Spoken to many people. And I've learned a lot in terms of, speaking to you about research.
Yeah.
I believe research is very important. Especially if I want to stay in the medical field, and not only that, but also want to do a business venture.
Yes.
I figured since we are getting older and we still want to be family orientated, I was doing a bit of research, some background. I discovered if you're gonna go to Europe and you're gonna reside there, it's not gonna be easy to allow your family to come over because of the visa process.
Yes.
Right? If you wanna go to America, it's the same thing as well.
The same challenges, yeah.
But if you are looking at the Arab countries like Dubai or Qatar, Abu Dhabi and Saudi, it's easy because it's literally one flight away. They're on a 10-hour flight.
Yes.
And the visa process for your family to come and see you, it's much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't take all of that into consideration. And now that you are talking about the differences when you were younger, running away from home, to when you're much older and running back home,
yes,
you need to consider all those things. If anything should happen to our parents now, are we a phone call away, are we a flight away, train away? How are we going to be able to go and see them? Or how are they going to come and not miss our milestones that we have? What if we get married
and have babies?
Exactly.
You want your parents to be involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't want them to miss a good couple of months out on your first baby's life for their first steps because they couldn't get a visa.
Yes.
So in terms of research, I'm still looking and I'm still trying to find myself in that direction. But however, I would love to travel more and meet new people.
Yeah.
But the business venture, I can't tell guys what it is right now.
Oh, top secret, top secret.
But yeah, that's me in a nutshell for 2025. And I'm hoping that things will go well.
Yes, it definitely will. And all the best. Keep us
you.
updated. Come back on the podcast. You're going to be coming back, to tell your part 2.
Yes.
And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for having me. And
thank you for being here. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing your adventures. You've had quite an adventurous life. And you're a free soul. You're a free spirit. And I love that. And you're always saying yes to the next adventure, which is so important. So thank you very much, Amanda. And that was all we have for today, guys. And we shall see you on the next one.
Bye.